Well, let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE that has seen a rebound today after 2 days of declines. Of course, the local bourse was also influenced by the rebound that we saw in the Asian stocks overnight. So just looking at what is happening on the JSE, the all share up by 0.25% with the Resources 10 complex carrying most of those gains, advancing more than 1%, with the Financial 15 there with a gain of almost 0.5%. But the Industrial 25 backing that overall trend there, shedding 0.45%. Let's take a look at Wall Street, that is digesting quite a lot of labor market data coming out this week. So, of course, yesterday we did have the October job openings falling more than expected. That was its lowest level in about 2.5 years. And then today we saw the ADP private payrolls. They're growing at a slower pace than expected and slightly lower than the October figure. Of course, the figure that we got today was for November. And then obviously markets will be looking out for the weekly jobless claims that are coming out tomorrow, and also the non-farm payrolls for November coming out on Friday. Quite a mixed picture over there, with the tech-heavy NASDAQ being the only one in the red, declining more than 0.1%, with the S&P 500 up slightly 0.08%, and a climb in the Dow of almost 0.25%. Let's take a look at what is happening in the European markets. We have seen a positive sentiment filtering through to those markets, as well as we are seeing a sea of green. FTSE 100 there advancing more than 0.5%. The CAC 40 with a gain of more than 0.8%, and the DAX there climbing more than 1%. Let's take a look at what is happening on the currency scene and start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. A little bit of strength coming through to the rand. Of course, as we saw yesterday, the rand knocking at that 19 rand level against the US dollar, but now just above 18 rand 80 against that currency. Against the pound at 23 rand 73 cents, and against the euro at 20 rand 35. Let's take a look at what is happening with the other currency pairs, starting off with the euro dollar at 1.07, pound dollar at 1.25, and the yen just above 147 against the US dollar.